All right guys, today we were working on this Schumacher fast charging 10 amp battery charger. We got a 12 volt and 24 volt setting. It's a manual, although it can be set to automatic if you like. And the problem I'm having with it is that when I plug it in, I can hear the transformers coming on. It'll hum, and it'll hum louder when I switch this to 24. But I'm not getting any voltage out here at my leads. So usually that means there's a problem in the wiring here, where one of these has gone bad, in that it's the wire's fine up until where it attaches to the alligator clamp, and then it'll have corroded too much where it's not making good contact. The copper's all worn out and crumbly, and oftentimes you can just pull on this, a little bit hard, and it'll come right off, disconnected, and aha, that's your problem. Other times you can feel a soft spot in the wire. We're gonna look into this, see what's going on. All right, so as we take this apart, we're gonna have it unplugged initially. We got 4 1/4-inch screws here on the sides, 2 on each side. We're gonna take those out. Set those to the side, somewhere we don't lose them. All right, let the testing begin. Now, normally I won't recommend working on something when it's plugged in, but I need to know where voltage is and where voltage isn't. So we are gonna plug this in. However, since it's a manual charger, I need to make sure that these are not touching and these are not clipped onto the same metal object, therefore conducting it to one another, because it will spark if they touch. This is manual, it's always hot. Although, in this case, one of these isn't working, so it wouldn't matter. But it's not good practice. Besides, what if we fix this accidentally and they're connected? Sparks everywhere. So we're gonna clip this off the side where it's not touching each other. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. All right. First thing I usually do is make sure we have AC current. So I'm gonna follow this in, go to our white, go to our black, go to our gray. There's 120 there. All right, so we have AC current in, plus the transformer's vibrating. Put it to 24 volts on the front. It's vibrating more. It is on. Now let's go out to the clamps here. You can see what we're talking about here. Nothing. No power. Now normally what I'll do is I'll give this a tug. Many times if I can, I'll expose the wire here. Good contact there, plus the copper doesn't look corroded at all. Now I've given these each a good tug, and there's nothing that I can see wrong with these. Now, we're gonna go back, kind of travel through here, see what goes where. So we got 3 lines coming out of the transformer on the DC side. And what I'll do is I'll start over here where my alligator clips and have their beginning, and the one black wire with the white line is the positive. So I'm going to turn this to DC current. So positive and negative. You can see there's voltage there. Okay. So the transformer is spitting out voltage like it should be. Let's put it on 24 volt, see if it changes. Okay, good. Now obviously that'll go higher when it's connected to a battery. It'll probably go up to 26, 27, 28. And this would go up to about 14, give or take. Okay, so there's voltage. So now I'm gonna take my positive. No, let's start with the negative. Let's go to the negative. Okay. We know we have voltage here, so we have negative. We go out to the positive alligator clamp. Same voltage, 12 volts. So that tells us that the red wire is good. Because I connect to here, it's good. at the beginning of the wire, and then I travel to the end of the wire, and it's still good. So the wiring is good. Now let's go the opposite. Let's go to positive. I know this is good. Go to the beginning of the wire. We got 12 volts. Go to the end of the wire. Aha, nothing. So somewhere in this black wire, this is bad. Let's give this a second look. We gave these each a good tug before. Let's see if we can take these back, both of them back, like this one. This one came apart really easily. We could see that, that this was in good shape. So we're gonna put that back together now. All right, let's take this one apart. It felt very strong when I was pulling it, but let's see what we got here. All right, we're gonna slide this rubber piece back. Usually this comes apart, or not coming apart here. Okay, well that's our problem. Oh man, that was stuck on there. Probably from heat, I guess. Got all heated up when it went bad. All right, you can see, feel this is pretty flexible here, but this is pretty rigid for the last ½ inch there. So this wire is all filled with corrosion. Okay, well, that's great. So, we're going to cut this back about a 3/4 inch so we're past that corrosion. So a quick test here. I'm going to clamp the positive here. Let's see if we get negative juice here. Hey, there it is. All right, cool. So now all we have to do is strip this, expose it, and reattach it to the alligator clamp. Now the nice thing is with these alligator clamps, you got two sides you can use. Once the two sides are gone, you know, you gotta get a new clamp. This clamp is still brand new on this side. So, there's a little prep here. I like to solder these on. If I have to come back and fix this, I usually solder them on because I feel like that gives it a better connection. It's less likely to heat up, less likely to corrode, and I have less problems later on down the line. So if they were to solder them initially, who knows, maybe we would never have this issue. So we'll clamp it to the rubber here, first off. Okay. Crimp it down here. All right. And we'll clamp this one. Okay. Crimp that down. On. And of course, forgot to put this on. I always forget to. This one goes on here. But this one's supposed to go in there. Nice job. Well, unfortunately, don't have a lot of options here. So, put this on here. This is self-adhering silicone tape, which means as it overlaps and rests on itself, it will be rejoined with itself and basically become one lump of silicone to some degree, where it used to be a strip. Almost kind of take another form. If you think I'm butchering this, I'm sorry. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you would have done. There we go. Let's test it one more time. Got our red connected, we got our black connected, and we have power. So we have 24 volt power. We do. So this is working now. As you can see, it was a very simple fix this time, but it'd be nice to have this charger working again. We use this pretty regularly. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.